about what Josh Allen needs to accomplish to get there, to really be on the level with Patrick Mahomes, win an MVP, win a Super Bowl, beat the Chiefs when it counts. This is not the playoffs, but to me, it's one of the more significant games of the regular season. Because if you ask, what's the story of a given time period in the NFL, right? It was the story of Joe Montana and maybe Dan Marino, and it was the story of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And this right now, this moment, seems to be the story of Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Yes, Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and some others. But really what we have our eye on is, especially of the under 30 quarterbacks, the under 30-something quarterbacks, is can Josh Allen get past Patrick Mahomes? And here we got it. So, to me, it's the best game of the weekend, Key. But is it, or should we be more focused on Eagles and Cowboys, which probably has more, bigger ramifications for that division?
It's probably the Eagles. It's probably the Eagles and the Cowboys, because I think all of us know that Kansas City and Buffalo are going to be in the playoffs, and they're probably going to win their division. We don't really know who's going to win the division with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, for all we know, only one team comes out of there because somebody falls apart. We have no idea, but I think we're safe bet to say that the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills are going to be in the playoffs. Plus, there's this sense that I believe people want to see, can Cooper Rush do it against the Philadelphia Eagles, and people want to see, can Jalen Hurts do it against a stout defense and the Dallas Cowboys, and that rivalry goes on forever. This Buffalo Bill-Kansas City rivalry is somewhat manufactured over the last couple of years, because if you go back 3 years ago when Deshaun Watson was available and playing, Houston played against the Kansas City Chiefs and was right there in the playoffs and let it get away. And if he was not in the situation he was in, would that conversation be Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes instead of Josh Allen all the time versus Patrick Mahomes?
Something about Allen's, the fact that that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes come into the league together, and Josh Allen's raw ability and the way he's Patrick Mahomes, he gets right before our eyes. The first time we really see him, he's like a fully formed product almost. Oh my God, it's incredible! We should have gone to the Super Bowl. Whereas Josh Allen, we see slowly coming along, better and better and better. But the raw talent was there in such a way, and they've met in the playoffs and had that. I wouldn't say manufactured, Key. I would say it's recent, but manufactured suggests that. You think we're overhyping it compared to think about that game last year?
I think Harry, it is somewhat hyped up more than what it should be. You basically have given Josh Allen the MVP trophy and the Lombardi trophy at the start of the season before they even played a game this year. It was all about the Buffalo, to the point our producers were deliberately at times ready to pull their hair out because we had to talk Buffalo Bills. And it wasn't against the Bills. It was just getting tired of talking about Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, what they're going to do. It was almost like a mini Dallas Cowboys situation, Harry.
Yeah, but we're hyping it up, rightfully so, though, because of what we've seen last year in that divisional round and these two quarterbacks and the level that they play at. And I'll say this, I do think it's the second best game of the weekend, but I think Buffalo has to win this football game. Because of the simple fact they have the better team. You don't have a Tyreek Hill for the Kansas City Chiefs. And also you got a Von Miller, a closer that you brought over. I don't know what the mental state of the Buffalo Bills will be if they lose this game with those two things I just mentioned. The flip side of it, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys, which happens to be in prime time, and it's in prime time for a reason. There's so many unknowns to that football game, and Key and you and Max, y'all laid it out. There's so much unknown that everybody wants to see, everybody wants to know. Can Jalen Hurts do it against a premier top defense in the National Football League? Can Cooper Rush continue to rush everybody and give everybody that feel that they need in their arm, including Max Kellerman?
Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did right there.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So there's so much unknown to the Sunday night football game versus we pretty much know where we are going to get from the Chiefs and Buffalo Bills game.
You know what? So let's talk about storytelling for a second. It's a theme we've been on this week a little bit because there's so many details in the world. The human brain constructs them. When you hear the narrative, the media narrative, that's because we organize information that way. We storytell. Here are the characters. Here are the obstacles. Here's what's at stake. Can they overcome it? All that kind of stuff. And even though what's great about the NFL is you have countless storylines. They're all so dramatic. But I think the number one storyline is Mahomes-Josh Allen. Key. I don't think that's manufactured. I think it's perceived that way. Like, even think about the Super Bowl last year.
But it's manufactured.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl.
You making it that way. We talking about it. We building up. We're not naturally letting it take course. What we did, and I don't know if you can go back this far. Remember, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady wasn't manufactured. We let it take its course. It wasn't built up until a certain point in their careers where all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, we see what this is going to be. This is going to be Sunday night on NBC. This is Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. But they were far into their careers by the time that was happening.
Key, the fact is the Super Bowl was like that incredible ending to the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald on consecutive plays, stops the run, stops the pass, like wins the Super Bowl. But I think for a lot of fans emotionally, the actual Super Bowl for them felt like that game between Mahomes and Josh Allen, because it looked like two unstoppable forces, right? And then whoever got the ball last, and then with 13 seconds left, you gave Mahomes too much time, and he goes and beats you after what Josh Allen just did. That's what's on fans' minds. It was spectacular.
I've never seen a Super Bowl. I've never seen a Super Bowl like that, though.
But for some people, Key, the championship game or a divisional game even is the one that stands out to you. Yeah. That Chiefs-Bills game, people never going to forget that game.
Because it was a lot. There was a lot that went on during the game, from the overtime to back and forth, exchanging touchdowns to all of a sudden Tyreek Hill going to the house. So it was a lot that went on in that game. So of course you're not gonna forget it over time.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.